Don't scroll just yet. This might be exactly what you need to hear today. Why do so many people cheat? Psychologists link serial infidelity to narcissism and the need for admiration. Why do some people cheat? Not once but repeatedly. Psychologists suggest that chronic infidelity may be deeply tied to narcissistic tendencies, a constant craving for adoration, affection, and the thrill of conquest. In American media, the term serial cheater has gained traction. Inspired by the phrase serial killer, it refers to individuals who habitually deceive their romantic partners. This behavior is far from rare, and it's not limited to anonymous faces. Public figures like former U.S. President F. Kennedy, actress Elizabeth Taylor, actors Jack Nicholson and Brad Pitt, and comedian Chris Rock have all been linked to multiple affairs over the course of their relationships. But what exactly drives someone to betray their partner again and again? According to Spanish psychologists Ainhoa Plata and Inés B. Arecinas, the roots of infidelity often go deeper than just temptation or dissatisfaction. In fact, psychology has long explored the personality traits behind cheating. There's no clinical diagnosis for serial cheater, says Plata, but there are certain personality patterns that make someone more prone to betray others repeatedly. In some cases, these behaviors may even be symptoms of an underlying mental health condition. One major factor: narcissistic personality traits. People with narcissistic tendencies often use others to validate their self-worth. Plata explains. They're addicted to the feeling of being admired. They love to conquer. They thrive on proving they're more desirable or superior than others. Long-term commitment isn't as exciting to them as fleeting romantic validation. Over time, even a stable relationship can become dissatisfying to a narcissist, because as the admiration from their partner fades, so does their sense of fulfillment. Infidelity, for them, becomes a way to refill that emotional tank. B. Arecinas, a licensed psychologist from CEU San Pablo University in Madrid, agrees. Narcissists often develop more intense personality disorders as they age, she notes. They place an extremely high value on physical and sexual appeal, and they crave attention. Flirting gives them a rush. Cheating doesn't necessarily satisfy them, but being desired does. These individuals find it nearly impossible to maintain emotional intimacy or platonic friendships with the opposite sex. Why? Because every interaction is viewed through the lens of attraction and validation. They seek constant affirmation. And often, the thrill of new attention trumps loyalty. Another surprising driver of infidelity: low self-esteem. People with fragile self-worth often cheat not because they don't love their partners, but because they need to feel desirable to someone. Anyone, says Plata. These individuals tend to rely on external validation to feel valuable. They're frequently praised for their looks, social success, or charm, and they learn to chase approval wherever it can be found. But here's the critical point: not every unfaithful person suffers from a personality disorder. Human beings aren't naturally wired for lifelong monogamy, says B. Arecinas. That doesn't mean cheating is inevitable. But many people aren't emotionally equipped to understand the complexity of fidelity. They hide their affairs not only to protect themselves, but to avoid hurting their partner or children with conflict. In other words, infidelity has always existed, but in the age of social media and dating apps, it has taken on new dimensions. A 2014 study in the UK found that 1 in 3 divorces cited social media as a contributing factor. Since then, the numbers have only climbed. Dating apps and digital platforms have made it easier than ever to flirt, cheat, and even create fake identities, making deception more accessible and more tempting. Technology has completely rewritten the rules for serial cheaters, says Plata. Apps allow people to build secret identities and connect instantly. To some, it reduces people to disposable products. If one person doesn't bite, there are thousands more to swipe through. The COVID-19 pandemic didn't help either. Isolation, emotional strain, and proximity triggered massive relationship breakdowns. Many therapists, including Plata and B. Arecinas, reported being overwhelmed with clients seeking help for love and marriage troubles. In therapy, we always say if there's a problem, there's a solution, says Plata. But for any solution to work, the person has to truly want to change the parts themselves that cause harm. And that's where things get difficult. There's no magic fix, B. Arecinas adds. You can't heal overnight. Real change means building healthy self-worth and reflecting on your relationships. not just for your partner's sake, but for your own growth too.